As the clock ticked toward midnight on December 31st, 1999, the world held its breath. Planes were in the air. Nuclear plants were running. Banks were processing trillions of dollars. Power grids were humming. And buried deep inside all of it was a tiny, terrifying flaw in computer code that many believed could bring modern civilization to its knees. It was called the Millennium Bug, or Y2K. At its core, the problem sounded almost absurdly simple. Early computers saved memory by recording years with just 2 digits instead of 4. 1999 became 99. It worked fine until the year rolled over to 00. Would computers think it was 1900? Would calculations break? Would systems crash? No one really knew. And that uncertainty is what made Y2K so terrifying. Throughout the 1990s, warnings grew louder. Engineers began to realize that decades of software written for banks, airlines, hospitals, power plants, military systems, and government infrastructure might misinterpret the date and fail unpredictably. Some systems could shut down. Others might behave dangerously wrong. The worst-case scenarios were apocalyptic. Air traffic control systems failing mid-flight. Nuclear reactors shutting down or worse, malfunctioning. Bank accounts erased or corrupted. Power grids collapsing. Missile defense systems misreading dates and triggering false alarms. Governments panicked quietly. Corporations panicked loudly. By the late 1990s, the world launched one of the largest emergency technology projects in history. An estimated $300 to $600 billion was spent globally to find, fix, and test vulnerable systems. Millions of lines of ancient code, some written in languages barely taught anymore, had to be examined by aging programmers pulled out of retirement. Entire war rooms were created just to prepare for midnight. If stories like this, hidden tech crises, forgotten near disasters, and the real history behind modern technology interest you, take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who remembers the year 2000. And if you lived through Y2K, drop a comment with what you remember most. Meanwhile, public fear exploded. People stockpiled food, water, and generators. Survivalists predicted societal collapse. News channels ran countdowns to disaster. Some experts warned of the first digital apocalypse. Others dismissed it as hysteria, but admitted they weren't fully sure. And then, midnight arrived. January 1st, 2000. The lights stayed on. Planes didn't fall from the sky. Banks didn't erase accounts. Nuclear plants didn't melt down. Civilization didn't collapse. To many people, Y2K instantly became a joke. But here's the truth most people don't realize. Y2K didn't fail. It was stopped. The reason nothing catastrophic happened is because an enormous, unprecedented global effort succeeded. Thousands of failures did occur, minor glitches, incorrect dates, malfunctioning systems, but the worst outcomes were prevented by sheer human effort, coordination, and preparation. Y2K was not hysteria. It was a real engineering crisis that was solved just in time. In fact, some experts argue that Y2K was the first true test of a globally interconnected digital civilization. It proved something critical. Modern society is deeply fragile, but also capable of collective action when danger is taken seriously. There is another, darker lesson too. Y2K revealed how much of the world runs on old, invisible systems that few people understand. Code written decades ago still controls hospitals, transportation, finance, and defense. The Millennium Bug showed that tiny technical decisions like saving 2 digits instead of 4 can echo across generations. Today, as we face AI risks, cybersecurity threats, and digital infrastructure vulnerabilities, Y2K feels less like a joke and more like a warning from the past. The Millennium Bug wasn't the night computers ended the world. It was the night humanity realized just how dependent it had become on machines and how close it came to learning that lesson the hard way.